Hey there guys, it's Allyssa LaScala here with Fit with Liz, and welcome to Diet Myth Monday, or hello, today is Tuesday, but I got extremely busy last night catching up with a couple of clients. So here we go, better late than never. I want to talk to you guys today about bulletproof coffee or fat burning coffee or keto coffee, butter coffee. There's so many different names out there for it. But hey guys, if you're joining, Corinne, hey, thanks for joining. Tiffany, Chris, if you guys have tried butter coffee, keto coffee, whatever you want to call it, but the bulletproof coffee has been the name that has gone around the most, go ahead and put a 1 below. Drop a 1 below if you are watching this, or if you're watching this recording later on and you have tried or even heard of bulletproof coffee, because that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So this has been one of the hugest crazes that have been going around, and it hasn't just been recently within the last month or so. I've heard about it for a couple of months, and me personally, I have never tried it, but of course I always want to address the things that are out there that have the biggest hype and the most attention to them. So if you guys are joining, if you are listening and you haven't heard of bulletproof coffee, or maybe you've heard of it but you don't know exactly what's in it, typically, and it can vary a little bit from person to person how they want to change up the recipe, but the original recipe is a 8-ounce cup of coffee, or added 1 to 2 tablespoons of grass-fed organic butter. And then you add 1 to 2 tablespoons of what's called MCT oil. And the MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides. And it's just a type of fatty acid that's out there, like coconut oil. That's one of the main sources of it. So it's one of the better forms of like a saturated fat. So the idea behind this, depending on who you are, how you look at it and what article you read or what video you watch, is that people were starting to drink this coffee first thing in the morning and they are experiencing greater mental clarity, or they're saying it's jump-starting their weight loss, or they're saying it's giving them more energy, or they're less hungry in the morning. So there are a bunch of different reasons that people were saying that. And so I felt like it was really important to address it so you guys, one, know whether it's a hoax or not. Two, whether, if you really want to try, sticking a stick of butter in your coffee and melting it in the morning and seeing if it's even, worth your time. But, for me personally, if you're looking at what you're having for breakfast and you're looking for this to be something that you really do want to try, first thing I'll tell you guys is you don't want to use that as like an addition to your breakfast. Like, you don't want to be like, hey, you sit down and have like your eggs and bacon in the morning and then you have your cup of coffee and now you're just going to start putting, some type of MCT oil and butter in there. You really would rather replace it. Like, this is designed to be more of like a meal replacement in the morning. Literally just adding oil to your coffee. It's supposed to be a meal replacement. But, there are people that are on paleo diets and keto diets that absolutely swear by this. There are a lot of health professionals out there and doctors that will say that preach this. And, I've talked on Facebook Lives before about, the nutritional education with some doctors. So it really does depend on their level of education and on knowledge. But if you're looking at somebody that's saying that they have improved mental clarity, or they're saying that they have improved energy, or they have less hunger, I want you guys to think about this. Whatever is in the bulletproof coffee is going to be a fat source versus what were they probably having for breakfast. Most people have some type of carb source for breakfast. You have your bagel, you have your waffles, you have your pancakes, you have, an egg McMuffin going through the drive-thru. You have your 5 bowls of cereal. When I used to sit there with my box of Frosted Flakes and, my soy milk, it was before, now it would be almond milk. And then I just kind of go back and forth until I felt full. That was my breakfast in the morning years ago. And so most people are going from a carbohydrate-based breakfast. Hey, Catherine, thanks for joining. Hey, Sue. But they go from a carb-based breakfast, and then now they're going and trying to switch to this bulletproof coffee, which is like all fat-based. So the way that it's going to affect your mental clarity, the way that it's going to affect your energy level and your hunger, guys, it is going to be different. But it's not just because of the magic of bulletproof coffee. It's the magic of having good fat sources. So if you're going and having your Eggos and you switch it up and you take that away and you start having your bulletproof coffee and you're getting, increased mental clarity, guys, it's the way that your brain starts, using fats versus carbohydrate sources. If you're feeling less hungry, well, yeah, no duh, because you're going from having carbohydrate sources that break down into sugars and affect your insulin levels, therefore your blood sugar levels and your hunger levels. Now you're having a steady level of your blood sugar and your insulin levels because you don't have that carbohydrate breakdown there. And then a lot of people are saying that this is actually extending their caffeine buzz. Well, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it is really the adding the fats and binding to the caffeine molecules that is extending this caffeine buzz. I really think it's just the fact that people aren't. Yeah, Corinne, I'll let you know if I try it. I'm going to tell you in a second why I'm not going to try it. But it really is the difference of how your energy level is and how steady it stays because you're having fat sources for breakfast. So what I will tell you is if you're one of those people that wants better mental clarity, if you are somebody that, wants to be able to go a longer period in the morning without feeling hungry, if you want to have more energy, maybe you just want to start incorporating fat sources, but you don't have to throw a stick of butter in your coffee. You don't have to throw MCT oil in your coffee. You can literally have your regular shake in the morning. And guess what? Go ahead and put some MCT oil in there if you want, or some avocado, or you can have some, healthy nut butters and things like that in there. So, there doesn't have to be through this Bulletproof coffee, but this was just a quick and easy way because a lot of people just drink coffee in the morning anyway. So it was a nice alternative for people. As far as losing weight, guys, I'll tell you, if you just start to add this into whatever you're already doing, you're just consuming anywhere from like 25 to 50 grams of like saturated fat extra a day than you were before. When you were having 200 to 400, maybe even 500 more calories for breakfast than you're having at any other, time, and if you weren't incorporating this before, you're just adding on more calories. And so, steadily that's going to add, pounds per month, pounds per year than if you would have just left your breakfast there alone. So I wouldn't say that this is specifically for weight loss. I wouldn't say that that should be your focus. If you want better mental clarity and whatnot, absolutely. But in my opinion, the only healthy part about this is the MCT oil, because of the fact that, guys, many of you have heard about why coconut oil is so awesome. There's a million benefits. I saw a meme that was like, I have 99 problems and coconut oil solves all of them. There's so many therapeutic benefits out there because it is a medium chain triglyceride and it's so much better for you. Jenny, I know that you said you switched from creamer to almond milk and it helped you maintain your weight. Yeah, the fact that you went from something that probably had more dense sugars in there and then you ended up going to something that was a little less sugar with almond milk, absolutely, that makes a huge difference. But if you want to be able to, incorporate something of this style, it doesn't have to be the butter added in there. In my opinion, when Corinne said, let me know when you try this, honestly, everyone goes back and forth and everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but you have people out there that are saying, I don't think that you should consume animal products at all just because of the saturated fats that come in there. Then you have people that, say dairy is inflammatory. In my opinion, I think that you can get good fat sources from places other than dairy. I think that you can get good protein sources from places other than dairy, and a lot of times it leads to more gastrointestinal distress for people than it's worth. Do you get a little bit of MCT, a little bit of medium chain triglycerides from butter? Yeah, from every tablespoon you get 1 gram. That's nothing. Like a tablespoon of MCT oil, you have 14 grams. So you just have to think about that. What is the way off? And so don't think that you have to force yourself to do this. Don't think that this is the next big thing because there's always this end all be all answer to this is going to be my quick fix everything, but you're better off trying to incorporate some type of, healthy fat just into your breakfast. Just make your breakfast a little less carb dense and a little more fat dense. And then you're going to see that your blood sugar levels and your energy levels will probably be a little bit more maintained in the morning. But again, disclaimer is everybody's different. Every body is different. And so it's really difficult to make a blanket nutritional statement. But I'll tell you that I don't think that Bulletproof coffee is the end all be all. However, getting good healthy fats in the morning versus concentrating on really dense amounts of carbs in the morning, that is going to make a difference in your energy level, your ability to focus, and keeping your hunger steady throughout the day. So thanks so much, guys. Leave a comment below. If you have tried it, let me know what you think. I just can't even grasp putting a bunch of oil in my coffee in the morning. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos of people saying that, some people swear by it and they love it, and other people are like, oh my God, I don't think it's worth it because I feel like there's an oil slick going down my throat every single day. So let me know your thoughts. I'm interested to hear your feedback and hope this helped you guys try adding in some healthy fats tomorrow morning for breakfast. All right, have a good day.